Welcome back to Fantasy Bricks and welcome to episode 2 of Building Endor. In this week's episode I'm going to be building another base plate, then we'll get into a short unboxing of some Star Wars figures, and then I'm going to build the first of many Ewok huts for the Ewok village. Then we'll get into a 30-second dramatic edit of the mock so far, and then we'll finish out with the outro. So without further ado, let's get into all that and more right now. So here I'm putting together some 1x2 plates and tiles to get this water effect that I've used throughout the build so far. So I'm using these bright green 16x16 plates here, as they not only save parts but also time. So it may not look it, but this was actually the most time consuming part of the build, just applying these 1x2 dark grey slopes. And I think it was because I had to raise up the plates underneath it to get it on top of the river. So you may have noticed that the actual colour of the shots looks a bit different this week, and that's because this is actually the first week that I'm using my new camera, and before that I was just using my iPhone, so the colours definitely weren't as good and the shots weren't as sharp. So to begin with, I'm putting these larger green plates over the top of the white bricks, and then after that I add the kind of smaller 1x2 or 1x3 plates, and these add a bit more detail. I also added some sand green parts to give a bit of variation in the landscape. So when you're building a landscape that's quite high up like this, you don't have to put bricks underneath every part of the plate. Instead you can just put it either side and save some parts. That's what I've done here. So this is the moment when my camera died, and you can see the difference with my iPhone camera. So I used a mixture of bricks and plates to make sure that this section lined up perfectly with the river and also the landscape that I'd already built. So the final step is adding the foliage, putting all the different leaves and bushes and also trees in. I really enjoy this part. I find it really fun to kind of bring the landscape to life. So once it's all been put together, I'm going to get into a short 1-minute unboxing of a couple of parcels I've got with some minifigures in. So I got all 3 of these on eBay. I managed to get quite good prices by doing the auctions and waiting for the last minute to bid. So first up we got a couple of Ewoks with spears. So I rewatched the Return of the Jedi recently, and I realised that there were just loads of these geezers in it. They're literally everywhere. So I realised I probably need a few more, as I've only got about 20, and I've got quite a lot of the rebels and stormtroopers. So this last one was definitely the best deal out of all of them. I got all of these ones for just 30 quid I think it was, and this included the dark grey Ewok, who's the rarest of all of them, and he's worth that alone, so it was definitely a good deal to get. So here we've got a couple of really nice crisp shots of the 11 Ewoks which I've bought over the last couple of weeks. I'm honestly not sure if I'm showing off the camera more now or the Ewoks. So these Ewoks cost about 60 quid, and that's quite good considering they're all worth at least a £5, and then that grey one's worth quite a lot, as I said earlier. Excluding the original solid colour Ewoks, this is every single version of the newer printed Ewoks. So I knew I wanted to make some round huts for the Ewoks, but normally I'd use kind of round 1x1s or barrels you might call them to get the round effect, but I had to improvise a bit, and instead I used palisade bricks and put one on its side instead of using a barrel, and it worked pretty well. It had to be, I wanted to have it smaller, but this was the kind of smallest it could be with this effect. As the parts are being strained, you could say that this is an illegal building technique. So it took way longer than it should have to build this roof. I was actually taking a bit of inspiration from the roofs used in the Ideas Treehouse set, but scaling it up to this size was not easy. It definitely took way too long. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Maybe I would have liked it to hang over the edge a little bit more, but it's not too bad. So now we're going to get into a dramatic edit of the build so far.
Thanks for watching episode 2 of Building Endor. I didn't get quite as much done in this week's episode as I did in last, however I'm really happy with how the Ewok hut turned out. The roof was a technique which I'd never tried before, so it definitely took a few hours to figure out how to do that and get it looking good. So Solid Brick Studios is someone who inspired me to actually make my own build series and share with you my own build process. So it makes sense that I kind of copied his format a little bit, just adding my own spice. But this time I've actually taken a bit of inspiration from Lime Bricks, a fellow UK builder, and I've gone for kind of the same chill music and also a voiceover over the top of me saying what I'm doing and talking you through my build process. So make sure you leave a comment to say whether or not that was better or worse, if you like that. I definitely like the chill aspect, as it's good to it's relaxing to build Lego, so it's good for you guys to also be relaxed when you're watching me build Lego. If that makes sense. To all my castle fans out there, don't worry, I've not forgotten you. My next build series will be another Hobbit one, like the one behind me. And also my mock of the month this month is going to be a castle related thing, which is pretty epic. So make sure you stay tuned for that. So thanks for watching, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one.